And I have Deer Blind Mafia, DB Media, and DB Beer.
Okay, and tell us about those. What are all those?
So Duck Blind Mafia, for the guys that are on our show, because this is a crossover, it started in a duck blind one day. I was out with a bunch of my buddies. It was opening day. I was half tanked from the night before. I looked down the line and I saw everybody wearing a version of camo that was identical, but it was all competing brands. And I said, you know what? In the duck blind, I created an LLC that day, and I said I could do it better, and thus the journey. Duck blind DB Media started because I wanted to get into this. What we're doing, we're sitting here right here. This is my pride and joy. God gave me the gift of gab, and Pat, we've sat down at events. You know this, but I'm always trying to find out about other people. It's one of those things where our world is very closed off, and anybody that does anything, our world is very one-dimensional. We see what we want to see, we go after it. I like to get to know people because there's a lot of heroes out there that are unspoken. There's a lot of soldiers out there that are unrecognized. There's a lot of people that fight battles daily that just they don't understand that other people are there for them. And it's a hard road for a lot of them. So what I try to do is with Rugged and Ruthless, it's not about being out in the woods and hunting and fishing. It's about people's everyday struggles too. And so I try to, I want to embrace something that is something close to my heart. I try to talk to people that have came from nothing to start something similar to what you guys do on your podcast, but we're more the ruthless side of it. It's like business is business. I love my family. I'm polite. I do a lot of things. But as you know, I'm also very abrupt. Like, okay, that's cool, man. Go fuck yourself. And I walk out the door. It's not that I'm disrespectful, but it's like, if you're not bringing me up, you're holding me back. As Sheldon Cooper once said, and I've said this, either you're holding me back or I'm pulling you forward. But either way, you're slowing me down. So that, and the beer company came from a love of beer. And that came from somebody that once used to be important to me. And now I'm stuck on it. Now I can't drink, no offense to Anheuser-Busch Light. I can't drink anymore because there's a lot of craftsmen out there that are rugged and ruthless that created something out of nothing. And now I have a taste for beer that's not the generic stuff. So that's how it all started. And a dream and a will.
Gotcha. What are some of those beers that you're talking about?
Dude, we're kind of stuck on that right now, but I'm trying to make an albino stout, a couple jalapeno ones. I'm making some variant stuff. Eventually, hopefully over the next 18 months, I'll have my own brewery out here, and we'll be sitting here drinking beer on here, and have my brand done. I already got a master brewer, but we're working on. He had to move. He's going to be on a later podcast, but we're trying to get him started, and I'm trying to, silently push him to, hey man, give me what I need.
Right, that's awesome.
Wow. So to go back to the Duck Blind Mafia, so you created a version of camo. Is that my understanding?
Actually, there's going to be a few versions of camo. So what's going to happen is I took something that was real and made it real. And it's a weird concept, but if you look at any type of camo in the world, like I'm wearing camo here, this is Sitka. I love this Sitka brand. I mean, I love the Digi Camo. I was in the Army. I love the Digi Camo. But in reality, though, that's great for breaking up patterns in the field. But what looks more realistic? A set of bushes or something, or Digi Camo? Well, I want something that looks real. So when a duck or a deer takes a look at what we're, I wanted them to see the natural environment. So I actually have been taking pictures over the last year or so from different environments and different places across the nation to make a real camo that comes out of it. So something new, something different. If you guys watch this podcast, you guys take it. I know that was y'all because I'm doing something totally different. We already got this on camera, so it's good.
Well, that's awesome. So other than the camo, what are some other goals that you have for your businesses?
I want to leave a legacy for my son. My son means the world to me. There's very few things in this world that I have a soft spot for, but my boy is my soft spot. Like, I want him to realize what a good work ethic is. I want him to realize that you can come from nothing and create something great. One of my favorite sayings in the world is, you don't have to recreate the wheel to make it better. You just have to make the wheel better, of course. So I want him to see that hard work does pay off, but you're not always going to win. And that's my big thing. Boy, I love you. You are my boy, but you are going to lose and you're going to fail more times than you're going to win. Failure is just a lesson. Success is you being on top of the mountain. but you're going to have to climb that mountain your whole life. And I don't care how big it gets or how it gets, or my business, I don't care. He'll see that I had a good work ethic. I want to set him off on the right path.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, success is just failing multiple times and learning from it and not giving up. You know, it's a great lesson to teach all. I mean, we all have boys here, so you know, it's
Sorry for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Boys can be difficult, especially being a dad.
especially being, single dad life. It's tough sometimes.